Holy moly, the cheapest 40 series GPU is finally in the house. What is up guys, Vimal here and welcome back to my channel. So last month NVIDIA announced their Trio 60 class GPUs in their 40 series lineup, right? And ever since then people have been like eagerly waiting for the youngest sibling, the RTX 4060, to drop by in the market. And boys, today is finally the day. As you can see in the house, we have the most affordable 40 series GPU in 2023, the RTX 4060. Pricing has also been announced. This particular GPU price starts at 31,000 rupees in India and packs like 8 gigs of memory and lots of other stuff. We'll be talking about all that in this video. And as I've told you guys, today's video is going to be like full on interesting and knowledgeable, as I will be giving my full review on this particular GPU. We'll be doing a lot of testings, gameplay benchmarks at different resolutions. Though this was mainly designed for like 1080p level gaming, we'll also do a bit of 1440p gaming as well to give you like an idea on the raw potential of this card. And apart from that, I'll also be doing interesting comparisons as well to its closest competitors in today's gen, and also we'll do a bit of comparison with the last gen competitors as well. So you'll get like full on information whether you should buy this GPU for this price or not. So make sure to watch this video till the end. So as you can see right now, we have Inno3D's twin X2 model, the RTX 4060, and this is what we'll be checking out. Now I won't be doing any unboxing in this video because this is the same twin X2 model that we got for the 4060 Ti also. So the whole design, size, everything is same. If you want to have like a hands-on overview of this card, you can check out my 4060 Ti review video, which I'll leave in the card above. There you can get full information. Right now I'll just directly jump into the specs, hardware configuration, and we'll also check out the benchmarks and all those testings which I've done using this card. First of all, let me tell you about the specs and hardware configuration of the RTX 4060. So just like its other siblings, even this one is based on NVIDIA's Ada Lovelace architecture based on a TSMC 5nm process, and the 4060 actually features their smallest Ada Lovelace GPU, the AD107 chip, unlike the AD106 found on the 4060 Ti. This also has the same 128-bit memory bus width with a PCI 4.0 8x interface. Talking about the specs, 4060 packs like 3072 CUDA cores, the base clock frequency is 1.83 GHz and the boost clock is around 2.46 GHz. On the memory side, you're getting 8 gigs of GDDR6 VRAM, and talking about the TGP, it's around like 115 watts, so a lot lesser than the previous gen RTX 3060. And one more major improvement on this brand new Ada Lovelace architecture GPUs is you're getting like an increased amount of L2 cache. Like you're getting 24 MB of L2 cache on the 4060 compared to only 3 MB of L2 cache on the previous gen 3060. So that's it. These were like the main specs and hardware of the GPU we'll be testing today. And first of all, let me talk about the test bench setup we'll be using for this particular benchmark. So I've used Intel's 13th gen i5, the 13600K, which is like a perfect pair for the RTX 4060. Now for the motherboard side, I've used a B760 motherboard from ASUS. It's a tough gaming plus Wi-Fi edition motherboard, and I'm going with like 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, and storage is also like PCI Gen 3 only. And for the cooling section, we have something new from Deepcool. I went with their all new Infinity Series LT520. It's a beautiful looking cooler, and also remember I've told you the TGP of this GPU is only 115 watt, so a 550 watt power supply would be like more than enough if you want to build a PC with the 4060. Alright, then let's jump into the benchmarks. Now you people know, right, NVIDIA designed the RTX 4060 for 1080p level gaming. So that is what we'll be first benchmarking at. But that doesn't mean we won't be testing out 1440p level performance. Obviously we will do that also, but at a later part. First we'll be playing a couple of AAA title games like Spider-Man Miles Morales at 1080p maximum graphics and see how the new 4060 handles it. In this first test, all NVIDIA technologies are turned off, like ray tracing, DLSS 3.0 frame generation, and etc. We want to see the raw potential of this card. So just sit back, relax, and hope you enjoy the gameplay. Okay, as you can see, at 1080p very high graphics, we were getting around 95 to 100 FPS on an average, and in certain graphic intensive fight scenes, it was dropping to around like 85 FPS on an average. Actually, not bad for a 60 class GPU. Looks like you can easily play all your AAA titles smoothly even at 1080p very high settings. Initially, a lot of people had this doubt because of its limited VRAM capacity and also that smaller 128-bit bus width. Though if you have a closer look at the PC PC stats at the top left, you can see that almost 95% of the GPU memory is being utilized. So we're almost playing this game at the edge of our seat, guys. Anyways, keeping the numbers aside, practical real world experience seems pretty nice. Gameplay feels smooth. I didn't face any sorts of lags or stutters so far. So a lot of people were actually expecting the 4060's performance might be same as 3060 Ti or even slightly better, right? But after using it for a couple of days and during my benchmark testing, that was not the case. I found it sits in between 3060 12GB and the 3060 Ti. Though one big advantage coming to the 40 series is they have much improved power efficiency thanks to the new Ada Lovelace architecture. TGP of this card is only around 115 watt compared to 170 watt on the previous gen 3060. That means it offers much better performance compared to the last gen, that too consuming less power at the same time. One more noticeable thing is 4060 offers higher clock speeds and significantly improved L2 cache memory compared to the previous gen 3060. Where is 24 MB and where is 3 MB? This was done to compensate for the smaller 128-bit bus width, and also increasing the size of L2 cache greatly improves the overall performance, reduces latency, and also increases the power efficiency as well. So what does this mean for gamers? Well, at the end you're gonna get like better gaming experience. Now moving on, time for a second test. Let's switch on ray tracing now at same 1080p level resolution and see if 4060 can actually handle it. Also DLSS is switched off right now, as you can see in the video. Not bad, right? You can actually play games with ray tracing at decent FPS on this card. As you can see in the video, we were getting an average of around 60 FPS at 1080p very high settings. But in certain fight scenes, it was dropping to around like 45-48 FPS. Still pretty much playable, I would say. But now comes the magic. Let's enable DLSS 3.0 and AI frame generation and see what happens. So keeping all the other graphic settings same as before, and my god, are you people looking at that immediate difference in the numbers? Now that is the kind of jump I'd like to see. There's a huge improvement in numbers, guys, coming from 60 to almost 105 FPS. That too with ray tracing and all graphics set to very high. So DLSS 3.0 and AI frame generation definitely do wonders. This is something you don't get to see on the previous gen 3060 GPU. So just like this, you can easily play a lot of other AAA titles as well with similar sort of results. I even played like Assassin's Creed Valhalla and God of War at 1080p resolution very high, and results are on your screen. Not only 1080p, I even tested it like 1440p resolution, very high graphics, and was getting around like 75 FPS on an average, with all the NVIDIA technologies turned off. So based on my testings, I can say it's a great card for 1080p level gaming, and you can do a bit of entry level 1440p gaming as well. So just like last time, my only complaint with this card is that limited VRAM, guys. You're only getting 8 gigs of VRAM. These days some brand new games are consuming so much of VRAM and memory. I'm not sure if this card will be able to like fully push the graphics or resolution on these titles. You might have to actually lower down the graphics or maybe the resolution also to actually get like a decent enjoyable experience. If only it had like minimum 10 or 12 GB VRAM, right? It would have been like future proof for all the budget gamers out there. Alright, let's talk about the gen-to-gen performance improvement as well. Without NVIDIA technologies, there's not that big of a jump, I'd say, but if you add up NVIDIA technology, especially frame generation and DLSS, that's again a whole different story. Based on our benchmarks, the 4060 was around like 20 to 21% faster than the 3060 12GB edition at 1080p resolution, and it's almost 43% faster when compared to the 8GB variant of the 3060. Now, if you compare it with its bigger brother, the recently launched 4060 Ti, then I'd say the 4060 is around like 18 to 20% slower than the 4060 Ti. And in fact, in my testing, I found that it's actually 8 to 10% slower than the 3060 Ti also. So at the end, to put it in simple words, the 4060 8GB sits in between 3060 12GB and the 3060 Ti. So that's the kind of performance you can expect over here. Let's also take a look at the thermals as well. Thermal performance is excellent on this card. As usual, Inno3D team has done a good job. It's a dual fan edition, and even after playing for a couple of hours, it was fluctuating around like 63-64 degrees centigrade. We're almost coming to an end, so let me tell you about the pricing as well. The 4060 8GB pricing starts at 31,000 rupees in India. So what do you people think about the pricing as well as the card? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. See, as I've told you just now, there's not not much of gen to gen performance improvement, but if you're coming from say 10 series, 16 series, or even an affordable 20 series GPU and you're looking for like a great 1080p level experience, then this might definitely be a very good upgrade for you. So that's it for today. I hope you all enjoyed watching the video and got to know full information on this particular product. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more such awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.